Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to sort of be an intro video on the house, or trying to introduce you to an Italian niche house called Bruno Acampora. And we're going to have a few more videos this year on this house. The first video will be a scent safari on a bunch of the oils they sent me. They sent me oils of basically every fragrance in their catalog. So we'll go through the 4 that I think you guys will like best. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Patchouli fragrance, there's an oud fragrance, there's musk fragrances, there's chypras, there's just everything. Then we'll do 2 full reviews on the full bottle fragrance oils they sent me, and we'll talk a little bit more about the way they make their fragrances a little bit. But they sent me two bottles of their more popular fragrance oils, one with full presentation, one with not full presentation, but not the same presentation. So we're gonna have 2 full reviews on those guys and a scent safari on 4 of the fragrances I think you guys will find interesting, because this is an interesting niche Italian brand that I don't think really gets talked about a lot in the online fragrance community. Now, if you go back into the fragrance online YouTube fragrance community, you know Katie Puckrick, who many people cite as their fragrance favorite YouTube fragrance reviewer, and I understand the reasons behind that. She called Bruno Acampora Musc. That's where I found out about this one. I believe the sexiest, or one of, I think the sexiest fragrance you can buy. And that sort of put them on my radar. Then I found out more and more about them, and I know that Lucky Scent sold them. So I had to reach out and see what was up, and they were really kind enough to oblige me. So what I'm gonna do now, what we're talking about now in this video, is quick first impressions on the oils they sent, the 2 full oils they sent me, or full reviews on those, and the scent safari. This is a niche Italian brand. It's available at Lucky Scent. They do body washes, they do or body gels, or shower gels. They do perfumes. They do a lot of different home scent mediums. Not a new brand, guys. They go back to the 70s. Now, here's the thing. They do extrait to parfums, highly concentrated, usually 30 ml with the alcohol, and oils. They sent me the oils, and ultimately we'll see if they can break through my sort of disappointment with oils. I mean, you guys know, if you've watched this channel for a while, I've had a lot of really good oils sent to me. I've smelled a lot of high-end tars. For me, my feeling sort of is that when you're looking at a tar or an oil, they're difficult to apply, really difficult. I think that just holds true no matter what. And I feel like they're more for you. Whereas when you spray a perfume on with the alcohol, it's more for you and the people around you. And it kind of goes back to my philosophy about wine, where you add air to the wine when you swirl it to aerate it and lift the scent to your nose. And I feel like you don't get a good opportunity to do that with oil. Okay, but they did send me 2 larger bottles of oils, and let's just look at them quick, and I'll tell you what I think of them quickly. Because again, these are first impressions. So the first one you see there, and they're wax sealed. So this is Corsair. This is called Corsair. Okay, and it was wax sealed. I'm keeping it in here for now. Corsair is I don't think it's on Lucky Scent. I think it's only available on their site. You can get €98 for 5 ml. They sent me a 5 ml bottle, but I believe it's only half filled. Or $228 for the 20 ml. Now the extrait, which my guess is you guys are going to think is the best bet, and I'd probably agree with that. Haven't smelled one of their extrait yet, but if I were buying a Bruno Acampora fragrance, I'd buy the extrait. Okay, but anyway, This is a 2016 release with notes of thyme, violet, leather, raspberry, cedar, mate, vanilla, amber, and musk. And this one, look, what's funny is if you go on Fragrantica and you look this one up, no one's reviewed it, no one's talked about it, but it's immediately compared to Tuscan leather, raspberry. That's a very fair comparison. This smells very much like Tuscan leather, but this is one of the few fragrances, and I'm not saying this to big up Bruno Acampora or whatever. It's whatever. I don't like the oil. I don't like that this is an oil. I found it hard to apply, and I don't get a lot of lift out of it. Doesn't project off my skin, personally. With that said, I think this is better than Tuscan leather. The smell, the blending of the fragrance. This is creamier. It's less about the leather, more about the spice element to this. The raspberry really shines through, the vanilla really shines through, and the musk really shines through. So while I think Tuscan leather is great, I prefer this blend very much to Tuscan leather, and I knew that pretty quickly. If this was in an alcohol, and it is, if this was in an extrait version, like an alcohol extrait, this would be I would really enjoy this fragrance. I don't dislike it as an oil, but I'm just not an oil fan, and I think I'm just gonna stop, to be honest with you, stop accepting oils from houses, because it's almost unfair. You know, if you can smell stuff by Sultan Pasha, and you can smell really good atars from the Middle East, and it just doesn't break your perception that oils are difficult to apply and they don't project that well. And I've done the attar homage from Amouage. I've done all the different atars. I've done some of the Xerjoff ones. I've done a lot of really good atars, and I don't think they're bad. I think they're for a certain type of person, but I just prefer the alcohol. The way that I make the fragrances I'm working on personally is with alcohol. I just feel they're easier to apply and you get more lift. I'm not going to talk about that again, but I love this. And if you love leather fragrances, you will love this one as well. I think this is better blended than Tuscan leather. And usually I feel like Tuscan leather imitations, for the most part, I don't know that this is a Tuscan leather imitation, but for the most part, if it smells like Tuscan leather, it's usually not as good as Tuscan leather. This one, I think, is better than Tuscan leather. Now, the second one is their musk, and this is the one I was super excited to try. But here's another problem. Last time I'll mention the oil. Beautiful pink box. I mean, beautiful. Looks like the vintage Nike SB boxes. Silver plate in here. I opened this so carefully. Beautiful pink. I put it back in here, and you could see it leaked onto here. And just another reason why I don't know, you know. And I know they sealed it wonderfully. They put the rope here, and I really twisted it back in. After I do this video, I'm going to put these with my other fragrances so they're standing upright. But and you can see this is what it looks like. This is their musk, and this is their famous guy. This is their claim to fame. You know, this is their big boy. You know, the fragrance that everyone loves from Bruno. And this is available on Lucky Scent. The extrait de parfum is $135 for 50 ml. The oils are 10 ml, $200. And the notes on this one are musk, jasmine, amber, clove, violet, roses, sandalwood, and patchouli. This goes back to 1975, so older scent. Is this the sexiest fragrance I've ever smelled? No way. It's just not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Katie felt that way. I know the reviewer Av Parfum loves these. I get it. I mean, this is a really good fragrance. This is so different than anything I've ever smelled. Now, here's the funny thing about this one. For whatever reason, now you have to understand, someone trying to make perfumes, myself, I have a lot of different musk materials in my collection. I have real deer musk. I have stuff like real castoreum. I have real civet. I have real hyrax. Those really aren't musks. Deer musk obviously is. I have, I think, every major white musk. Even the ones that you aren't allowed to use anymore. I have those. So I kind of know my musk materials. And there's definitely white musk in here. I've seen people say, well, this really isn't a musk scent. I disagree with that. I get musk out of this. There's white musk in here. There's a lot of white musk in here. What makes this different is that, and this is talked about on Fragrantica, and I can't disagree with it. There's a forest floor mushroom sort of note in here, and I don't think it's Cepis absolute, which is a mushroom material. There's an aroma chemical that smells of mushroom. The name escapes me the second, but I don't think that's in this. I don't think that's what's doing it, because it's very short-lived and this lasts forever. But this is an excellent, again, like Corsair, this is an excellent smelling fragrance. You get some white florals, you get the jasmine, you get some violet, you get roses. I know those aren't white florals, but you get this floral accord. You get a musky base. You get some spice, right? There's clove. There's woods here. It's very nuanced, and it's a contradiction, because it's clean smelling, but it's also rough and rugged from this sort of earthy thing going on here. So you have this musky fragrance, you have this spicy fragrance, you have this woody, earthy thing going on, and it's really lovely. It's great. I totally get, excuse me, I totally get why people enjoy this one. I enjoy it as well. This is really good. It's not the sexiest fragrance I've ever smelled. There are musk fragrances I prefer to, and I'm just being honest with you. I like Kiehl's musk better. I like Serge Luton Musc de Kubla Khan better. But I think this is a great addition to any musk collection. I think this is a great fragrance. I'm really impressed by this brand so far. I really am. I love the presentation. I love the blending. I don't love the medium oil, and I just can't lie about that. I'm not going to. So that's that. I will do full reviews on both of these fragrances once I learn them a little bit better, wear them a little bit more. Maybe I'll be bowled over, and my opinion will totally change. It's happened. And I'm going to do a full scent safari on all these guys, because there's a lot in here, and I've explored them a little bit so far, and as you'd expect, there's some ones that I don't like, and there's some ones that I'm really impressed by. So excited to do a full scent safari episode. That'll be in a couple of weeks, and we'll have full reviews on both of these guys in at some point this year. So thank you, Bruno Acampora, for sending these to me. I know it took a while to get them to me, and I appreciate it. I really do, because it's a brand that I've heard so much about, and I just wanted to smell them and talk about them. So I really do appreciate you guys sending these to me, and that's it. I will link to them in the description. Again, in US, you can get these at Lucky Scent. Not all of them, but quite a bit. And if you have any questions on these guys, leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys think of this brand, if you tried them. And I'll see you again real soon with more videos. My name, obviously, is Maximilian.